Do you really want to travel to the stars?
I have to be honest. No. I really don't.
That's the end of the show.
Interstellar travel is an exciting idea. But before we can think about colonizing other planets or even traveling to a different star system, we have to talk about what we need to make such a trip and why we haven't done it already. Interplanetary travel doesn't even sound feasible right now.
Yeah, no, but there are people who are very hopeful, actually, about just our future in space and trying to get the economics of it going. I'm not going to stop them. I'm told you're one of these folks who are thinking about this.
Would you say interstellar space travel is impossible right now with given technology, with current technology?
Yeah, I never use the word impossible, but we can't do it.
But would you say it's theoretically impossible?
No, I just say right now we can't do it. But we also don't live long enough.
So what needs to happen is there needs to be new technologies.
Or we need to live forever, YOLO.
Which could actually happen. That will probably happen faster than we figure out a way to get to the nearest planet.
Really?
Yes, and so that'd be an interesting question. If you did live forever, would you spend 50,000 years going to the nearest planet?
Absolutely.
Really?
I would.
I mean, the nearest star system.
If I'm not gonna die? Yeah. I mean, not
50,000 years?
But it's 50,000 years.
Read a lot of books. You may have a good Netflix account. It would be solved by technology, is what you're saying.
Well, yeah, we need new technology since it's impossible. That's the clear. So what needs to happen to get new technology is innovation.
Yes.
And innovation is really hard, especially for huge scale things like here. So you can find this graph in like business school textbooks, really boring name, the linear model of innovation. Basically, when you want to innovate something, it goes from research to development to production to marketing to public use. And a lot of those, the last four are sort of easy, at least relatively. The first one is the really difficult one, the research, because research doesn't make money in a lot of cases, or at least it's really hard to justify it from a company's perspective because it's really hard to make money in the near term. So with research about space, research about space technologies, it's really tough for companies to do that innovation because they can't make that money back. And there's you're gonna get comments about this, people saying SpaceX, because people think SpaceX is gonna get us to Mars first. Some people do. And that might be true because Musk is like a crazy madman, and for that reason, he is not bringing SpaceX public, or at least he said he's not gonna bring SpaceX public until he gets to Mars, because he knows that investors will not fund a Mars program because that will not make money. In order to make interstellar travel possible, governments need to do the research and basically lose money in order to create the technologies that can get us to a very, very far away spot.
So what you're saying is we're never gonna have interstellar travel. Thank you, good night. No.
Well, I think a government doesn't have to think about it as losing money. They can think about it as investing in future businesses that are tax-based sources for the purses of the government in the first place.
That makes sense.
And they have a longer time horizon than the quarterly report or annual report. They can do something that'll pay back in 10 years.
Commercial space industry is valued at about $300 to $400 billion right now.
Worldwide.
Worldwide, yes. And by some estimates put it at $2.5 trillion by 2045. So that's a lot of growth.
Isn't that just a lot of like direct TV and GPS?
Yeah, it's a lot of
finding
imaging,
grandma on GPS.
A lot of imaging, a lot of satellites, a lot of communications.
On GPS.
There you go.
If the original space people knew how we were using GPS, let me find out who am I going to mate with tonight.
Right. Exactly. Swiping the
left.
finger. Exactly.
Yeah, all these voyages are dangerous, but back then it would still happen in the duration of your lifetime. So I think I don't think it's a matter of technology. It's a matter of science figuring out a new way to cross the space-time continuum. Wormhole, black hole, warp drive. And the warp drive would have to be based on some scientific principle we have yet to divine. So I don't think it's just go in your lab, in your garage, and come out with the new thing. You need the new science. That's the pure research you were talking about. New science on which you would base the new technology to then be able to have the warp drive.
So is the speed of light the actual physical barrier?
Yeah.
I mean, that is a settled science. There's
Yeah.
period. That's the physical barrier. That's all there is to it.
Yeah, you can't move anything, physical object, faster than the speed of light in space. That's why the science fiction folks, they're not technically violating known laws of physics. They're inventing a new thing. We have a new thing that takes you into hyperspace.
Right.
The warp drive, warp space. Yeah, sure.
So actually, Sam is right. It's the new technologies and innovations that are going to take us to that place.
Right, but there's no technology based on any known science that's going to make that happen. You need more science. We have to find out something new about the fabric of the space-time continuum to then be able to exploit that.
So we need more information, then we need innovation.
Then.
And then, hello, Proxima B, right? Okay.
Oh, you want to go to Proxima B?
I wouldn't mind going to Proxima B.
Okay, so the Alpha Centauri system has multiple stars in it.
Yes.
One of them, the nearest of this system of stars, is called Proxima. Nicely named.
Yes, Proxima.
And it is the closest known star to the sun.
Right.
About 4 light years away. And there's a planet orbiting Proxima, which we call Proxima B. And it looks like it's about an Earth-sized planet. Mm-hmm. So if you're going to target your destination, that should be at the top of the list.
Right.
But apparently Tuck wants to go. Would you go?
Well, if we're living forever, then that's 0% of our life.
Yeah,
so like, might as well.
Yeah.
Just like going to CVS or something.
Yeah.
Right. And
I'll see you in 50,000 years. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. And when we get back, it's not like traveling at the speed of light where we're aging and people are not, because everybody lives forever.
Then it doesn't matter.
So it doesn't matter.
What's 50,000 years on infinity?
Exactly. So I come back 50,000 years from now, and it's like I say to my wife, I can't believe you didn't wait.
So you're saying we need enlightened governments to start this whole thing. Otherwise, as Chuck said, we ain't going anywhere.
We need governments to actually realize that these things are going to make money. These things are going to make things better for the human race. Maybe not in a lifetime, but like in hundreds or thousands or tens of thousands of years.
Nobody thinking that far ahead.
If you want to see more videos from StarTalk, whack that subscribe button and click the little bell so you don't miss a thing. Give us a like and comment below with your burning questions. It's never been easier to explore the stars or the science behind our star system or even the math that it takes to launch a rocket. The best news is you don't even have to leave your couch. Our partners with Brilliant have courses and quizzes that go even further in depth than all the subjects that we're talking about here and so much more. You can sign up for free to start exploring the concepts and discussing them with others, which we certainly hope you do. And as a bonus to StarTalk viewers, the first 78 that go to brilliant.org/StarTalk will get 20% off their annual subscription.
There's also a video about the commercial space industry on my channel, Wendover Productions, including both myself and Neil deGrasse Tyson, which you can check out at the link in the description.
As always,
I bid you keep looking up.